everyone, welcome back to the Gentle Dog Trainers channel. I'm your host Olivia De Santos, and today we're going to do a very quick video on what puppies can eat. Now, I don't have any puppies right now, although maybe adopting a puppy next year, which is very exciting. So I am also thinking about this, how we can take better care of our puppies, how we can give them the best start in life, and nutrition is very important for that. So before we dive right into the topic, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel if you want to raise happy, healthy and well-behaved dogs. We talk about all things dogs every single week, so hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you never miss an upload. Now let's talk about what puppies can eat. What can you feed your puppy? Let's start with the sciencey stuff. Broad strokes of the things that your puppy needs are the same things that humans need. So protein, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, and protein is for building healthy, strong muscles and myriad of other functions, but they are made of amino acids. Your puppy needs 22 amino acids to create strong protein links in their body, and they can make about half within the body, so the other half needs to come from food. Calcium is good for strong bones, strong teeth, strong skin, etc. And a lot of it does come from food. Carbohydrates are essential for energy. Fat is essential for healthy skin, healthy organ function, and for digesting fat-soluble vitamins. And then you have the vitamins that your pup needs that they can't get from the sun or any other way except from ingesting the vitamins. So these are the main things that we're trying to hit when we're feeding our puppy. Now, quickly, do puppies need puppy food? We've done an entire video on this topic, whether you can feed adult food to your puppy. So I'll link that in the iCard. I think it's up here. So do check out that video because it's going to go much more into detail, but the very short answer to this is yes, they do need puppy food. They can technically eat adult food, but it's better for them to have puppy, especially formulated puppy food, and that video will go into more detail, so check it out after this one. Okay, so let's do a timeline of what your puppy can eat at each stage of their puppyhood. So at 0 to 4 weeks, they're completely dependent on their mother's milk. During the first week or so, they're completely blind anyway, and actually use the sense of smell to be able to sniff out their mother's milk, and this is what they rely on for those first 4 weeks. It's very important that they have that. If you ever have a breeder that is trying to sell you a puppy that is under 8 weeks old, then definitely report them. We've spoken a bit more about that in our video about how to buy a puppy, so check that out in the iCard above me. From 4 to 12 weeks roughly, your puppy should be weaning off of mother's milk and onto moistened, dry puppy food 3 to 4 times a day. They need to eat quite frequently, but it's like little and often. In terms of like how much to feed your puppy, we've done an entire video on that. See, aren't I good? I've done an entire video on that, so check that out in the icon above me or linked down in the description box down below. From 12 to 24 weeks, which is 3 to 6 months, your puppy will be eating dry puppy food, but no longer moistened, because full set of teeth should be in by now, and they should be eating from 3 to 2 times a day. By the time they're 6 months old, they should be eating roughly 2 times a day. And then when they get from 6 months to a year, they should be eating puppy food 2 times a day. When they get to adulthood, so that could be a year for some breeds and that could be 2 years for some breeds, again, check out the resources in the description box down below to figure out when they need to transition. But when they get to adulthood is when you should start feeding them adult food. Now, it's better to always wait a little bit longer on the puppy food if you're in doubt. So you know, if you want to transition them onto adult food but you're not sure, keep them on puppy food, or at least kind of integrate them together. Don't make the full transition until you're absolutely certain that they've reached adulthood. It's better to feed them puppy food for a bit longer than not to be feeding them puppy food long enough, if that makes sense. Okay, so outside of puppy food, what can you feed your puppy? Let's talk about treats. So good treats to feed your puppy are chicken, bacon, fruit, if they like fruit, and make sure that it's the right types of fruit. We did do a video on that, link in the description box down below. Puppy treats, bone broth / aspic. We did a video on how to make your own bone broth, so check that out in the link down below. Steak, peanut butter, any kind of treats that you would probably feed your adult food, just likely in smaller quantities. And what shouldn't you feed your puppy? What are absolute no-nos? So anything that is toxic to an adult dog will be toxic to a puppy, so check out all of the things that could be toxic to dogs. Like the most common one is chocolate, but there are also some really specific ones like macadamia nuts. Toxic to dogs, who knew? So be very careful with the things that could be toxic to your puppy. You also never ever want to feed your dog actual bones, particularly in puppyhood. It's just not a good idea. Softened bones is even worse, because they will likely ingest and splinter down your puppy's throat, and that can cause a whole manner of problems. So just avoid bones in general. If you do want to give your puppy the nutrition that bones have, then make bone broth. That's a much better solution. Check out the video, it's really easy to do. Another no, which is somewhat controversial, is I wouldn't personally feed my puppy homemade food. This is because in those tender early months of your dog's life, it's really important that they have like a fully complex nutritional balance, and then that's really hard to make on your own. If you have a company like just formulating the perfect puppy food formula for you, then it's just the easier thing to do. You can make homemade puppy food, but it's just not advisable generally. Most vets don't advise it because it's more likely that you'll miss one of the nutrients or not have the right nutritional balance for your dog. But we have done a video on that too, so check that out in the description box down below, or floating above me around here. I hope this video has been helpful for you. Comment down below what you want to hear us talk about next, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.